this week, but that's okay. We're just going to jump right into it here. So this battle was actually yesterday, so I'm going to try to recall as much as I can. I know that we had a DC in the middle, so we had to go back and cover some of that stuff again. But anyway, I did just leave with my Landorus because I figured he could just get me a U-turn, intimidate whatever he had, just gain me some momentum. Obviously, I was a little scared of the Ice Shard coming through, but I thought he would just like set up his Stealth Rocks or maybe go for Taunt, something like that. So I just went straight out to my Empoleon, predicting the Ice move. So he does go for Stealth Rocks. That was also on the table, but you know, that is what it is. And then here I figured, well, he's just going to Earthquake since, you know, he thinks I'm going to Defog. So I did switch out to my Wheezing Purple Haze. That prediction, I believe that was correct. Yeah, so we do end up getting the Levitate, which should actually scare him out. I can't remember entirely, though. Yeah, so he does end up switch, probably expecting a Will-O-Wisp, or who knows what he was thinking. But he does go out to Crobat, and I do get the Will-O-Wisp off, and that is sick nasty. We get the burn. That's actually going to come into play later. You'll see, you'll see that come back. But yeah, I'm super happy with the way Purple Haze worked out. It's not often that you get a PU/RU Pokemon that does well in these matches, and I'm so glad that I drafted it. So he does switch out to his Latias. I go for the Thunderbolt, just trying to get some damage off. And I noticed very quickly that that does absolutely nothing. So I figure, well, it's probably time to swap out of this one. We might as well go into our Togetic expecting a Psychic Special move. He probably did have an Ice-type move on him, and in the replay that we had to do like before the DC happened, I did find out that he did indeed have that. So, you know, I didn't want to stay in here for that. So I am going to just swap out, expecting the Ice Beam or maybe some other special move. But I do go into my Empoleon just in case he decides to Draco Meteor, and that's exactly what he does. Now, Empoleon is 100% special defense and HP in this match. I just knew he had a lot of special attackers, so D-Drizzle actually eats that up quite nicely. So now at this point, I have no idea what Latias is about to do. I believe I go for the Defog? I actually have no idea. I guess we're going to find out together, because it was yesterday. So he does go into his Mienshao, and this thing was kind of scary for the whole team, but at least I got the rocks away. That means Charizard can come out later and try to set up without having to lose 50% of his health. So, at this point, I know a high jump kick is probably coming, either that or just like a U-turn or some kind of fighting move. So I figured, well, we might as well go back out to our physical wall, Wheezing. He goes for the knockoff, which I did not totally expect, but honestly, of all the people to lose an item, Purple Haze is the one that I'm most okay with because he does have at least kind of recovery in the form of Pain Split. Now, he was probably expecting another Will-O-Wisp. That might have honestly been what I clicked. But at the same time, I kind of expected him to do that, so I think I might have just went for a damaging move here. I think I might have just gone for Flamethrower or maybe Thunderbolt. No, I do go for Will-O-Wisp, but I do miss, so that's unfortunate. At this point, I'm like, well, there's probably a Side Shock coming my way again, so he'll probably expect me to go into Togetic, so let's go into our Empoleon. Now, the Side Shock comes in, we are special, like I said, so this is going to do a little bit more damage, but again, not much more than the Draco Meteor. So actually it might have done less than the Draco Meteor. Regardless, Empoleon is doing a lot of work against this Latias, and I'm so happy that we brought D-Drizzle into this match. Now I have, at this point I really didn't know what was going to happen. He does switch out to his Scizor, and I believe I just go for my Stealth Rocks here, try to get those up, because he also has a Charizard. He has Charizard Y, so I wanted to stop him from bringing his Charizard out while still having the ability to bring mine. I didn't need my Charizard last match as much, so I was hoping I could find a use for it in this one. So I am going to switch back out to Purple Haze one more time, just to try to get a burn off on all of his physical mons as quickly as possible. But he goes for the U-turn to get that momentum, expecting me to swap out, because I knew that he probably had superpower on him. From the last week, I know that he ran a Choice Band, so he's not afraid to do that, so I just kind of figured it would be choiced. So at this point, I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and stay in. I think he's going to Side Shock. I might survive. We'll see. I decided to stay in, and it actually paid off. So we do actually get to stay in, and we get to Pain Split. So we do get some HP back. We get to damage Lynn down a little bit. And at this point, he's probably like, oh crap, I should not have switched out. And I think we go for Will-O-Wisp here because we're like, he can't kill us, and if he swaps out, you know, at least that's happening. Either that or we went for T-Bolt. Yeah, I think we just went for damage here because I think I was expecting him to switch out into his Crobat. Yeah, so I was expecting Crobat to come out. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to try to surprise him. I'm just going to hit the Thunderbolt button. And at this point, I pretty much gave up on keeping Purple Haze alive any longer. Swapping him out wasn't really that useful to me, and I figured that, honestly, with his defense stats, he might actually be able to survive that. But he goes down, that's fine. And at this point, I see a huge opportunity for Virgil to come in. Virgil is built Life Orb, modest, max special attack in this matchup. Goes for the Shadow Ball. That normally would do like 60% to Latias, so I was super confident that that was going to take him out. We do show our Life Orb, that's fine. He brings in his Scizor, expecting me to be choiced. But to his surprise, I do actually bring Hidden Power Fire, which with Stealth Rocks is a 100% chance to KO this Scizor. So we do take him by surprise when we get a free Gimp kill on that, and I'm sure that did not sit well. So that was pretty nice. He sends out Lin, probably thinking that he could outspeed, but I know that he's not Scarfed, and I checked speeds, and I know that Jolteon's faster. So I go for the Thunderbolt, and it actually gets the knockout. So at this point, we are doing a mini sweep with Virgil. We've already taken out 3 of his Pokemon. I know for a fact that this thing can take out 2 other ones, but then comes in the Mamoswine, and Virgil has absolutely no response to this. He can go for a Shadow Ball, it'll be okay. He can go for a HP Fire, it'll do decent damage as long as he's not thick fat. So I figure, you know what, I'm just going to go out to Joy expecting an EQ, and he sets up his own Stealth Rocks. So honestly, that was a little bit of a misplay on my part. If I would have just stayed in, knowing that he was expecting me to swap, you know, maybe we would have survived. But it is what it is. We lose Joy in the mix, and, you know, we just kind of move on from there. At this point, I bring in Cornelius. I'm like, you know what? I think I can survive a intimidated Ice Shard, like very poorly, but I still think that we can survive it. He does go for the Ice Shard. I did build totally max HP, hoping that I can survive, and I just barely do at 33, and this Earthquake is going to make Landorus take out another Pokemon in another match. So there we go. EQ takes out the Mamoswine, and at this point I'm just thinking, you know what? If I can get Virgil in off a clean swap, I think we've got this. So he does bring in Charizard and loses half of his health, because I don't know if he actually brought a Defogger / Spinner, but it is what it is. I switch in my Empoleon, hoping that he just goes either for like some... I was expecting him to expect me to swap, so I thought he was going to go for Roost just to get the free heal. Instead, he does just go Mega, obviously, to get the Sun up, and then I believe he just blasts me with a Fire Blast, just figures hit whatever I can as hard as I can. That's what my take from this was. So he does go for that, takes me out, and that did not feel good. But we do get to bring in Virgil for free, and at this point, it's pretty much just outspeed and one-shot pretty much everything in my train of thought. So I just start clicking the T-Bolt button. I could go for Volt Switch, but honestly, I want Virgil in, as I just said. So we do take out the Charizard. That is Virgil's 4th knockout for this entire match. So Jolteon is definitely putting in the work. He brings in Gengar the Crobat. Now at this point, I'm like, oh, I know that he's going to outspeed because I did not build max speed on Jolteon, knowing that Brave Bird could not one-shot from full health. However, the burn comes through, and that probably would have taken me out if he was not burned and got a pretty good roll. Luckily, I survived. The recoil takes him down low enough to where Thunderbolt is definitely going to take him out. I think it did like 90% to like 120 or something like that. So we're kind of riding low on HP, but honestly, we didn't need it because that was the end of the match. So Virgil did so much work in that match. He took out 5 of his 6 Pokemon, which is just absolutely insane. That is an awesome sweep for Virgil to put on his record, considering last game, I think he took out, I don't even know if he took out a Pokemon. All I know is that he was the only one who dropped. So good on him. Super proud of Purple Haze coming in from the lowest tiers possible and just putting up a great wall. Got a clutch burn. Pain split some of the Pokemon down. In the original version, he paralyzed the Latias as well, but, you know, that's totally cool. Honestly, could not be happier with his performance. A little upset I didn't get Charizard to come in at all. I definitely want him to have a chance to shine. He's kind of our team captain, even though he's not really looking at like it right now. But yeah, I'm really glad with what everybody's doing on our team. Landorus came in super clutch at moments. Although not so much in this match. He did crazy work in week 1. And with that, I'm just super excited to go into week 3. I believe we are against the Lakewood Larvatars, being Matt. And hopefully we can pull in a 3-0 start for our Cleveland Krookodiles. So thanks for watching. I know this was a post-commentary versus the last one, which was live. I accidentally hit preview recording button instead of the actually start recording. So that is why you have a post-commentary instead of a live one. So with that, thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you next week.